Hey everybody, it's David Barnett here. Got a new camera and playing with some new software, and I thought I would go live to cover a few little updates and tips and things that have been on my mind, as well as a big announcement for those of you who've been listening to my videos and audios for a long time. So first of all, a few weeks ago I put out a video called The Magic of a Roll-Up Strategy. And within a few days, the video had like over 800 views and people had shared it and liked it, etc. And things like roll-up strategies are exciting. Last week, now admittedly, it was the morning after the US presidential election. So I know a lot of you guys were preoccupied with other things that were going on. But I put up a video where I talked with Mark Willis, and we talked about life insurance. And I want to tell you guys a story because life insurance is dead boring, and nobody wants to pay attention to that or spend time learning about it. But here's the thing: back when I bought my first house, which was 2001, it was a few months before the terror attack in New York City. I had a financial advisor back then who was trying to get me to do different investments. And he was telling me I was young, I had lots of time, and it was the time to undertake long-term investment strategies, et cetera, et cetera. And he tried to sell me a 20-pay whole life policy back when I was 26. And to me, the returns didn't seem very good. And I knew that if I just put my money in the stock market, that returns would be much higher and it'd be much more exciting. And, I wanted to borrow money so I could invest more in the stock market and have those returns year over year compounding. And I didn't pay attention. So anyway, years went by. I never looked at it again. And here I am at the age of 45, and I've just bought the thing that someone tried to sell me when I was 26. And if I had stopped and paid attention back when Winston was trying to sell me that thing, back when I was 26, right now I would have an on-demand credit facility where I could simply call someone up probably and get up to $500,000, no questions asked, if I had done it back then. And I wouldn't be paying into it anymore, or I'd be on my last year of paying it right now. And if I never called upon it, it would be worth well over $1 million by the time I retired 20 years from now. So I just bought the same thing that he was trying to sell me, and it's going to be a great part of my retirement strategy. But if you're a younger person and that video I posted last week didn't seem very interesting to you because the average view duration was only 9 minutes, but the video was 38 or 39 minutes long, I would challenge you to go watch the video. And I put the link to the video in the show notes down below. Because if somebody got into that kind of program earlier in their life, it would be an amazing tool to have access to later on. Let me give you an example. In my Business Buyer Advantage coaching group, a Business Buyer Adventure coaching group, we often talk about competing with other buyers for deals. And one of the things, one of the things that is frustrating is when buyers are trying to get a good deal on a business with the right terms and conditions, and some doofus comes along and makes an all-cash offer and writes a check. Because it's hard to compete against that guy who just writes a check for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So if you want to be that guy someday, the whole life paid up addition insurance policy thing we talked about last week could allow you to be that guy. Anyway, speaking of buying businesses, for those of you who are on my email list, today's email was warning, testimonial, commentary from someone in the email audience, someone who was a Business Buyer Advantage student who had signed up for a course by a guy named Roland Frazier. He was asking me if I knew who Roland Frazier was. And Roland Frazier popped up on my radar a few weeks ago because he literally started to come up every 5 or 6 squares of my Instagram feed was Roland Frazier talking about how he could teach you how to buy a business in 5 days or something like that. Okay. So, this fellow signed up for Business Buyer Advantage. Then he wrote me an email. And he said, David, and the email that he wrote to me is in today's email I sent out, and it's on my blog site. And if you go down below in the show notes, I put a direct link to it. And I abbreviated the guy's name as just T. But he said, I bought Roland's $50 program, and it taught me some things, but it didn't talk anything about risk or danger or anything like that. He said nice things about my program because he eventually went to Business Buyer Advantage. But he said one of the things that started to happen immediately. Hey, Luke, I have no idea. I have no idea. One of the things he said to me was, he said, as soon as I got in, I paid the $50. Then he immediately started to try to sell me a $2,000 program. And yeah, I don't know. It's my first time using StreamYard, Luke. I have no idea what the link is. I'm on YouTube, I think. So, which is probably not much of help. Anyway, so then he tried to sell this guy a $2,000 program. So let me tell you a little bit about something called self-liquidating offers. Because what you're seeing with that $50 course promotion is an example of a self-liquidating promotion. So the whole idea is that you offer something of sale to people through some kind of online promotion, which has a low enough. Copy the StreamYard Studio link and put it in the chat. Sorry, I'll have to take a tutorial later, Luke. So what this is you promote something with a low enough purchase price that it can be an impulse buy for people. So in this case, like $50. The whole idea behind that is that $50 offsets the advertising budget. So if they catch enough people and get them in a moment where they agree to pay a small amount of money, they can actually get the advertising program to self-finance. Okay. And if any of you remember the days when Ty Lopez was in his garage showing the Lamborghini all the time, that's an example of this, where he was able to get people to sign in for a very low fee. I think Ty's program was like $69, and he just plowed that money right back into advertising and allowed him to dominate the internet. And that's what this Roland guy is doing. Now, funny enough, and again, if you didn't get today's email, go to davidcbarnettlist.com. It's down in the show notes. Sign up for the email because I send stuff out every day. So I got another reply back later today from a different person named Joseph who read my email, and he said that he had also seen Roland Fraser online. And he decided to do some investigation, and he sent me a link to an SEC website. Apparently the guy has been in trouble with the SEC. Now, if you search my name, David Barnett, in conjunction with the SEC, you will also find that there's a David Barnett who was in trouble with the SEC, but that was in New Jersey, and I've never lived there. So it's not me, I promise. But I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, if you get on the list on Friday, I'm going to put out another email where I'm going to share that link. But yeah, get on the list. The Thursday, tomorrow, there's another new video being released, a regular video, not like this live stream one, but a regular video all about failure traits in small business. And it's a good one. It's like 10 or 12 minutes. And the other thing is Holiday Chat 2020. So for those of you who have been out following the channel for a long time, every year I do a Holiday Chat promotion where I basically sell 1-hour consultations at 66% off the regular price. So normally it's $200 US per hour just to talk with me about stuff. So for $69, you can have a 1-hour chat with me. I offered this to the people on my list a week ago. And so a third of the spots are already taken by people who are on the email list. But now it's opened up to people that are, YouTube viewers and stuff. So again, in the show notes down below, you'll find a link. You pay the $69 through PayPal. It's going to forward you to Calendly, where you can have access to my calendar and you can book your slot. and we can have a chat. Those conversations get released to people. Again, another reason to be on the email list. So between Christmas and New Year's, that's how I fill my emails, is every day I release another one of these calls. And typically they're like an hour long. And then for those of you who are not email subscribers, normally what I've been doing is releasing them in the summertime, through the hot summer months when people are on vacation and stuff, to give people extra stuff to listen to. This past year, I released them during the main lockdown in April and May to give people something to do, because a lot of people were stuck at home. But yeah, there's already been a few of them recorded, including my first ever where I direct someone to a bankruptcy trustee as a solution to their particular business problem. So yeah, so we'll see how StreamYard works. I know that Luke is able to see me because he's put some comments up there. And Luke, I'll figure out how to use it a little bit better, and maybe I'll do this more often. Anyway, cheers, guys. Talk to you later.